Nikki Wood here. Today I want to talk about one of the most important things that you can do for yourself if you are someone who is psychic, if you are someone who is an energy worker or light worker, if you are an astrologer, if you are a palm reader, if you are anything in this area. One of the best things that you can do for yourself is to actually own who you are. This is a really big problem that I see a lot in the community. People kind of are afraid to say who they are. And the most important thing is, if you can't own who you are, how is anyone else supposed to believe you? And I think sometimes too with some of these other metaphysical areas, we're really nervous about how people are going to perceive us. She's full of crap, nobody's psychic, or all these other things. It's almost like we're worried so much about everyone's reaction that we sort of forget who we are and what we can do. And I think that is really an important lesson. For me, when I first started out, I could read cards. I was psychic. I could do energy work. I was an herbalist. I could heal people. And one of the things was I was so embarrassed to tell people. For me, the word psychic felt like a little bit too much because I feel like that term is really misinterpreted. People think you can read minds. People think you're going to guess their kids' names and give them the lottery numbers. And that's not always what being psychic is. So for me, I had kind of a stigma attached to it, and I was embarrassed and afraid to say who I was. But the thing was, once I actually owned it and I claimed it, doors started opening for me. I told the universe, this is who I am. I accept this job. And the universe gave me everything that I needed in order to do the job. So I think if you're having problems owning who you are, you're going to have problems helping people with your gifts. So never be embarrassed. Always be proud of who you are. Another one of my friends had a similar issue. And, he had kind of the same experience. And for him, people were like, oh yeah, that's cool. Hey, whatever, and it was really interesting that once he owned it, stuff was easier for him as well. So never be afraid to own who you are and claim your power. It's really going to be beneficial for you if this is something that you want to do. The other thing I think too that will help you with your power internally is that you really need to get some validation from others. And I think that helps your confidence level, because if you're confident, no one's going to be able to shove you off of your base. You know what I mean? I've had people come in with readings before. They go, oh, you're so young. What do you know? I thought I was going to get some wise old sage in here, and I've got you. And I just looked at her. I was like, she got to be kidding me. I was like, you know what? I said, I might be young, but I'm actually pretty good. I said, why don't you sit down and let me show you? And by the end of that session, that lady walked out of there. She gave me the biggest hug, and she started calling me young sage. So never underestimate your power or your ability. If you want to really know that you're good, you need the validation. That's why that's important. The way to get validation is to get feedback from other people. Ask your friends, ask your family, ask your clients, hey, I'm going to give you this reading. Tell me what you think. Because the more that you know that you're right on the money, the more confident you're going to be. Because when you first start, you just get a lot of stuff sometimes, and you're like, I don't know what this is. Am I right? Am I making stuff up? I don't really know. And so the validation is really an important part of owning your power and who you are. Now, the last part I mentioned a little bit too, it's confidence, having confidence. Because this is a field where a lot of people will kind of poo-poo you a little bit, and they're like, oh, that's not real, or this is, but you know who you are. You know what your abilities are. You know how you can help people. So don't let anybody ever tell you that what you do isn't good enough. Just because you don't go to work every day and balance somebody's checkbook doesn't mean what you do doesn't have value. And you have to be able to be confident in walking into these places and being like, yeah, I'm good at this. Let me show you what I can do. Let me show you how I can help you. And so I think that confidence also too, people will give you a lot more respect if you can do that. They will believe you more if you're not like, well, I can kind of read the cards like a little bit. You want me to give it a shot? As opposed to like, let me read your cards. Let me help you out. I've got some really good stuff I can show you today. Can you see the difference between those two things? So you really have to have confidence too if you want to be in your power and be in that space. So please remember those three things as you are going out, especially if you're working with people and you want to make this like a job or a career or something big. Make sure that you remember that, because it's really going to get you where you need to go. So I hope that was really helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I hope you have a beautiful day.